Oh golly, we're back at it again. Hello. Hi Kira, hi Miss, hi Bear. How are we doing? Swoosh, we're right in there. Welcome back. Again, oh no, it's doing slightly low frame rate. It's fine, we can deal with it. Very easy. We're doing one a Dracula. We'll try and find a Dracula. We have yet to see a Dracula. But there has been mention of Dracula. We went to Pesci's castle. We found lots of bones and stuff. God, I'm watching that Bioshock anime. Yee. Much better than yesterday. Hooray! That's good.
Locked.
We are locked in. You're locked into feeling good. How you doing, GB? Right? I do have a slight admission for Bear, which is that I got a notification earlier today that said in capital letters, Miles is back! Exclamation mark. And I'm like, oh, Bear has worked out how to draw Miles again, and they're happy. Yay, good stuff. And then I looked at it, and it was somebody was playing Phoenix Wright. Like, that's not what I wanted to get excited about. How dare? Anyway, we're back. Post phlebotomy, post self phlebotomy. The story so far: we are Arno, I believe our name is. We are a priest sent by the Vatican to a small town in Transylvania, where somebody was a doctor who was known for performing medical miracles and helping out people on both sides of the battlefields of World War I, who died, might be canonized. So we were sent there to investigate to see whether or not, maybe she was worthy of sainthood. Turns out she was investigating vampires. And so our superior was like, people investigating vampires? How dare they? You can't possibly have any association with the church. Anyway, go investigate vampires. So we're now investigating vampires. How do you not want to get excited about Miles' baby girl Edgeworth? We will play Phoenix Wright 2 eventually. We just have a long list of other games to play first. But yeah. Have you thought of your boy? Yeah, Mile. The Doctor Who's in the Frankenstein trailer. There's a Frankenstein with Tim Curry. Different one, I think. Let's load. Hooray! It saved my saves. I do not trust this game to do that, and I didn't check. The Bride thereof. We're in. There's sound and everything. So yeah, we came to chat with the doctor here to see what was going on. And she was like, "Hey, we need some blood because we're running low on blood donations. Also, I'm busy. Can you draw your own blood and then also take the last 3 blood samples and identify their blood type for me? Thanks, bye." Which is a perfectly normal thing to do.
Blood.
Still holding on to the joke. Gonna ruin you all with when you finish the 3rd Phoenix Wright game. We'll get there. I only know one thing about one of the later Phoenix Wright games, and it's basically Phoenix doing something really stupid. That's all I know. But it's a specific thing that he does real stupid. I'm sure he does plenty of other things. Just on a walkthrough, this is just going to be very tedious, right? Yeah, so I assume, because we have here some information about previous things to work out blood types from various other types of blood. So I'm assuming we have to do tests of some description on the blood things we have to work out the blood type, maybe based on some of this information here or something. Oh, this is the Kruger test, because they worked out if you've been bitten by a vampire, you have the P anomaly. So yeah. Phoenix Wright being stupid sounds fake, I know. Phoenix is always stupid. Yeah. So we have, let's see if we can go through these people. There's Martha Calugaro, who I'm guessing, yeah, that's the doctor we were investigating to see whether or not she could be a saint. Evidently tested her own blood. Sample number 1. Sample number 280, Marian Marescu, Roadkeeper. Was that the first one to die by vampire? Maybe. Seldrick Meliskal, Schoolboy. Had the P anomaly. Amnesic young woman. Amnesiac. Amnesic? Word. We never worked out who that was. I'm slightly, you know, drawn to the fact that this person isn't named, because there are so many names we've been given so far. There's an entire graveyard full of names. Why would they not give this person a name? There must be a reason. Ozana Vulpesco, I believe that's the innkeeper, yes. No P anomaly. Ariel Vulpesco, schoolboy, they were sent away. The doctor realized there was a vampire here, and they were like, right, best way to stop you from being killed, just send you somewhere else. So they're living by the sea. Jordan Mitu, that's the gravedigger, he's fine. Martha Caligaral, again. Unknown anomaly, that's interesting. She typo? Yeah, she was typo at the beginning. So her blood type hasn't changed, but she suddenly now has an unknown anomaly. Don't have a walkthrough open because you're on your phone, you're away from home, and you're on your laptop. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Gregorio Thomas, priest. That's the old priest here who helped her with vampire stuff, so he's probably in trouble with the church. He also has the P anomaly. Interesting. Maria Florescu, doctor. Is that the new doctor, maybe? Who went out and is very competent? Lionel Martinescu, schoolboy. Okay, so we need to do these ones to check. Some of these, anyway. Jeeb's got it. Kid that was sent away is 100% a vampire. Possibly. I don't trust the doctor here at the moment, because he seems very aloof and incompetent, and that feels... Right, well. We have this. We have an opaline glass plate. We have different types of blood. Can't use on the opaline glass plate. There's this where all the blood's stored. There's whatever that is. There's a microscope, which I can't use. There's whatever this is, which I also can't use. In my inventory, oh god, incredibly laggy. There we go. If you missed it last time, we have a documents folder which contains, amongst other things, 3,353 pages of Bible, which we can flick to randomly for some reason. We have a funnel, we have copper wire, 2 revolver cartridges, some rowan berries, a Bible, and a crucifix, as is standard priest outfitting. Right, well, that's not a lot I can do in here, right? Can I take blood out? I assume that's a no. This was where I did my phlebotomy. Any advice for this stream? Escape the opera. Right. I'll keep an ear out for any singing. Very creepy room. I guess everything I need's in here. But I don't know what or how. Can I put that in there? Microscope? Investigate in microscope? Microscopy? Oh no. Guillermo del Toro make a monster hot. Who would have thought? So out of character. As if this isn't the person who recently made a film that was entirely about a person falling in love with a monster. Yeah, Shape of Water. Subgroups going, yes. Gots is hot and sympathetic dude. Did you not read the book? And more people are going, and if you never watched the Del Toro film. There's less in here I can interact with than I would have thought. Do I just need to take more blood? More blood. There's the dog outside. What are we up to? 811. We'll just take more. 810. 809. Also, what's this? Reagent. Should probably take some of that. I have a blue reagent. 1 milliliter volume of reagent. Put that on the thing. No, can't do. Put it in the blood. No, can't. Okay, can I just wash away some blood? It's fine. We didn't need it. I would like some yellow reagent. Hellboy! Here. I have 2 reagents. Any instruction on how to do this would have been nice. What do I have? Either my help. Funnel. Copper wire. There's a thing on here with copper wire. But that's evidently not that useful. Right. There was something in this book. That's not useful to me. Stuff in the kitchen. In the kitchen, let's go say hello to the dog. Hi. Dog's fine. There's more stuff I can steal. I did boil some water here. Maybe that's useful. Sterile water. Some wood for the stove. Anything in there? No, nothing. It's trying something so very new. If you're gonna make movies about monsters, you might as well be normal about them. It's a nice cross-stitch. Okay, right. I'm guessing I just need to try things on things and see what works. Can I just like...
First, I have to wash my hands with soap.
Yeah, sorry, I touched something. Let's look at this wonderful hand washing animation again. As the sleeves of my cowl clip through each other. Or themselves. It was the limitations of the technology at the time. Oh, okay. I did that do a thing? No, it just opened the... Do I need a pipette? Can I get a pipette? This looks important. Surely I can do something. Look on the pipette on the top of the blue. Oh, the pipette is a separate okay. I didn't realize the pipette was a separate thing that I can click on. Okay, well let's just experiment. There's blue. And let's take some of my blood. Which is not blue. Then smush it all together. Maybe I just do that. Like a blue on that. Ooh, purple. I like purple. Purple's good. And splotchy. Okay, my assumption is this is going to be important. The way it reacted to these two. Okay. I have paid. I'm glad I didn't start this last time. Okay, let's wash this. Because that's my blood. And I'm not going to know nothing about that. Right. This is 810. Maria. So it's type O. That's all we really know. But it'll be something. Beep, beep. Yellow. It goes orange. It goes up. Okay, we're going to do some cross-referencing. I see what's going on here. So, 8, 10, 9, reaction to yellow, and reaction to blue. Yellow, this went orange, and I went poyable. Actually, did write down poyable for some reason. Cool, good. One of those is probably important and something to do with being type O. For now, though, rid of that. Wash away the blood. I guess we could do it more. 810. Let's get 809 there. There's a more efficient way to do this, but I can't be bothered to empty them all. Gregorio Tomas. Yellow. That also goes orange. That goes spotty. This is 809, which here, that's type A. It also has the P. So this also went orange, but this went spot. It didn't mix. Next up is 808, my favourite Roland analog drum kit. I'm just testing blood type. Thank you. I won't write. Thank you very much. Okay. 808. Oh, it's like an advent calendar. There it is. Love me a blood vent calendar. Bloop, bloop. Oh, this was the doctor, who was type O, I believe. O for orange. And poib. Yep. 808 is type O, orange and poible, the same as before. Unknown anomaly. Washed away. Helps you walk by the living room while your brother was playing Borderlands 4 last night, saw a bit of purple loot in the game and went, oh, people. I love infecting people's way of speaking. Hats off to anyone who says good Jeff. I did that. I ruined your brain. This is Jordan. What do we know about Jordan? Ah, Gravedigger. Type A again. So I'm expecting orange and spot. That's my... Orange. Spot. Good. As anticipated.
Wow. I do have to say, I am profoundly unimpressed.
And you're welcome to. Right. There. Was there an 806? While I'm doing this intensely thrilling thing, what have people been up to today? Anything fun? (806) Type A again. Also had the P anomaly. This was the boy that was sent away. Oranje. Spot. Same as before. Odd Jobs. My favourite James Bond character. Then had another jab from the vet. She is also profoundly unimpressed. It's a cat's prerogative. (805). I think that's as far back. No, there's an 804 as well. This can go on longer, I don't want to check them all, just in case. This is A as well. So I'm expecting orange and spotty. This is the innkeeper, who very kindly gave us orange and spotty. Very kindly gave us a little bit of a dragon emblem yesterday that was given to her by some vagabond, who won't turn out to be important, I'm sure. And finally A24. Ding. I'm sure this blood isn't important, we can just sort of chuck it down the drain. I don't know why Dracula's going around actually like sucking the blood out of people. Like, apparently he can just walk in here and the doctor gives him full unfettered access to the blood bank. This was the amnesic young woman. Interesting. Whose blood is type O. Everyone's type A or O. Ayo. Ayo. Orange and point. Right. That's all the stuff we know. We now need information. Let's do R's. Oops. Spotty, which is not orange. And poem. Ours was 840. If all we care about is the blue reagent, then that means we're type O. Stefan Luca, 813, gives us orange and foible. Which means O again, probably. The two reagents test the A and the B blood types. But then how am I supposed to know that? And how am I supposed to work it out from what I've got? Because the only examples I have that I know of are these ones. O, A, O, A, O. Like, if they gave me an A, B, or a B, that would be nice. It would be nice. It would A be nice. And it would B. But okay, thank you for telling me. I'm glad the game didn't. That's fine. So, I guess that means we're type B.
They are not smart.
Aye, and there's that.
That's probably the B agent. That's the A agent. If it's spotty, that means it reacts positively to that thing. So we're type B. 813 still type. 812. Oh, spotty again. Spotty and purple, same as us. So B maybe. Yeah, it's not a great design puzzle if it doesn't give you the information, but that's fine. Does it say? To put drops of it doesn't say. Okay. What stuff made you think of a maths puzzle? Ooh. I thought there would be more to it than just busy work, but here we are. Spotty. Spotty. That'd be A, B. Invented a sensible puzzle from a Dracula game. The beginning of this game actually has promise of being like, I mean the weird sort of janky promise, but the promise of like having some sort of care and attention to detail of like, you know, lots of people to talk to, say different things, and it's sort of like a detective game more than it is whatever the first two games are. But anyway, right, am I supposed to now put in somehow? Because I reckon I'm type B. 813, I reckon is type O. And then type B. And then type AB.
Perfect. I'm sure of my results.
You can tell because it spells
Maria should be
Bobab.
happy. I've done my work well.
Done my work well. Oh, I'm so good at this game. Hi, you're back.
I finished the sample and the tests. Have you been back long?
I should have come help you, shouldn't I?
Yes.
I was delighted to be of assistance.
No, I wasn't.
But now I have to think of my own work.
Of course. I hope your investigation is going well.
It has changed character. As strange as it might seem, I now am ordered to study some supernatural creatures. Vampires.
Vampires? Like Dracula?
They said it.
Dracula?
Don't you know it? It's a wonderful novel.
Oh, the novel's
I'll
canon
get
in
it
this
for
world.
you.
Are we going to read Dracula on stream? We've got all the pages of that as well.
Look at this book. It's Dracula by Bram Stoker. Oscar Wilde said it was the most beautiful novel of the century.
Did he know?
What a massive novel. Let's peruse it to see if there are any interesting parts.
They actually have every page of Dracula in this. Okay, well, random page. How was it that all people at Bistritz, and on the coach had some terrible fear for me? What meant the giving of the crucifix of the garlic of the wild rose of the mountain ash? The band of Shizgni, apologies for pronunciation, have come to the castle. They are encamped in the courtyard. These are gypsies. There are thousands of them in Hungary and Transylvania who are almost outside all law. They attach themselves as rule to some great noble or boyar and call themselves by his name. They are fearless and without religion save superstition. Yeah, I'm carrying around 3,000 plus page Bible. I cannot comment on the size of a novel. Also, I have a copy of Dracula. It's not that big. It's fairly big. Not that big. More things. Young Miss is bad. Very bad. Wagging my finger at young Miss. I don't know what you... She wants blood, and blood she must have or die. My friend John and I have consulted, and we are about to perform what we call transfusion of blood, to transfer from full veins of one to the empty veins which pine for him. Him? It's a normal sized novel. Why would you put entire books in your game? Oh, give me blood. No! No, no. Badness, no.
Blood.
Blood. Stop numbing the blood. That's what type O blood stands for. Type omnom. As he did so, the narrow black velvet band which she seemed to always wear around her throat buckled with an old diamond buckle. Oh, buckle. It is buckled, not it just buckled. Buckled with an old diamond buckle which her lover had given her, was dragged a little up and showed a red mark on her throat. There was full moonlight, and I could see that the noise was made by a great bat, which wheeled around, doubtless attracted by the light, although so dim and every now and again struck the window with its wings. When I came back to my seat, I found that Lucy had moved slightly, and had torn away the garlic flowers from her throat. I replaced them as well as I could, and sat watching. Well, stinky, stinky, stink boy. Is that the garlic? Did they ever say what people? There you go. The game says all the time this is flashing, I should click it. So it's just going to read random passages from Dracula. That's going to be my new channel redeem. A random paragraph from Dracula that I read out of context. There are always mysteries in life. Why was it that Methuselah lived 900 years and old Pa 169, yet that poor Lucy, with 4 men's blood in her poor veins, could not live even one day? I think it was probably all the blood. Find this great undead and cut off his head and burn his heart or drive a stake through it so that the world may rest from it. Here's Van Helsing. Also, a lot of this is underlined, but it's not given in the I've been reading the subtitles, but that's not... It's fine. He answered, I am closing the tomb so that the undead may not enter. And is that stuff you have there going to do it? It is. What is that which you are using? This time the question was by Arthur. Van Helsing reverently lifted his hat as he answered, the host. I brought it from Amsterdam. I have an indulgence. Is it weed? You know weed? Is that what the host, quote unquote, is? Or maybe it's just pancakes. It might be pancakes, actually. What was it doing in Amsterdam? The home of pancakes. Yeah, different Dracula daily. You get it in a random order. We're still clicking, okay. They cannot die, but must go on age after age, adding new victims and multiplying the evils of the world. For all that die from the preying of the undead become themselves undead and prey on their kind. And so the circle goes on, ever widening, like the ripples from a stone thrown in the water. Like wheel within a wheel. This vampire which is among us, is of himself so strong in person as 20 men. He is of cunning more than mortal, for his cunning be the growth of age. He can, within his range, not rage, direct the elements, the storm, the fog, the thunder. He can command all the meaner things, the rat, the owl, and the bat, the moth, the fox, the wolf, the penguin, the pangolin, the earthworm, and the tardigrade. He can grow and become small, and he can at times vanish and come unknown, but he is late for a very important date, etc., etc. He throws no shadow. He make in the mirror no reflect. Oh my god. He can transform himself to wolf. He can be as bat. This is very, like, Elizabethan language. He can transform himself to wolf. It was the thing I learned about Elizabethan Elizabethan writing, like Tudor speaking, was the lack of the word do, that you just instead just kind of use the verb you want to talk about. So instead of saying, do you like me? You would say, like me? Like you me? It's got that kind of vibe to it. What was this? He comes on moonlight rays as elemental dust. Well, that's his business. He can, when once he finds his way, come out from anything or into anything. Again, that's his business. He can see in the dark. That's very straightforward, thank you. He who is not of nature has yet to obey some of nature's laws. Why we know not. He may not enter anywhere a first time, unless there be one of the household who bid him to come. Through afterwards, he can come as he please. Again, that's his business. Still going. Then there are things which so afflict him that he has no power, as the garlic that we know of, and as for things sacred as this symbol, my crucifix. But he is clever. I have asked my friend Arminius of Budapest University, Budapest, I guess, to make his record.
To force my way through these doors.
And we've forced his way through the doors, which is something a vampire just can't do. And from all the means that are, he tell me of what
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
It feels like that.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Anyway, yeah, it feels a bit like that, doesn't it? Where was I? Budapest University to make his record, and from all the means that are, he tell me of what he has been. What he has been. He must indeed have been that voivode Dracula, who won his name against the Turk over the great river on the very frontier of Turkey land. Okay, we're done.
I was captivated by this novel.
We learned about Turkey
And you know
land.
the strangest thing? The author used Vlad Tepes as his model for the character of Dracula.
Vlad Tepes? The voivode?
The
Voivode.
very same one. The one who used to rule from the Castle of Twilight, whose ruins you must have noticed.
Yes.
Vlad Tepes, nicknamed Dracula.
I noticed Tepesh's castle. We talked about that last time. Professor Kruger called while you were out. What about that?
I can guess what comes next. He wants me to call back as soon as possible.
You don't really want to, if I'm not mistaken.
Professor Kruger is a great scientist. He worked with Martha and now insists on me continuing her research. But I haven't a research scientist's soul.
Or a doctor's.
Anyway, it's too much work.
Now, isn't that a shame?
Oh, please, Father, no sermons. I promise that I'll take it upon myself to finish the analyses he wants from me.
All right then. Could you give me a medical point of view concerning the belief in vampires?
I'm afraid not. For me, vampires are romantic fictional characters, not subjects to be studied.
Some members of the parish say they were cured after praying to St. Martha.
In fact, I did observe several spontaneous cures, but, you know, this sort of thing happens relatively frequently. Spontaneous does not necessarily mean miraculous. Everything is possible.
It's a very doctor thing to say. Anything's possible. Sure. Yeah, this little light might indeed kill Dracula. If this game ends with us killing Dracula with our little light, I will, can't think of a suitable punishment. Immediately play Dracula 4? Are you sure Bram Stoker's Dracula is really Vlad Tepes?
Stoker speaks of this Voivod Dracula who earned his nickname attacking the Turks beyond the Great River at
You're still
the very
speaking in a
border
bathroom.
of their country. That clearly signifies Vlad Tepes. That prince spent his youth as a captive of the Turks. Afterwards, he fought them fiercely.
Thinking about all the vampire books I read in there, you wouldn't call them romance. What does Dracula mean?
The word has two meanings, devil or dragon.
Devil dragon. Did the novel of Dracula have much success?
It's been translated into every language, and I've heard that the director, Murnau, is going to do a film version, but I don't know if I will have the opportunity to see the movie.
I met Stefan Luca. Did I?
I like him. One day he came to the dispensary and took a picture of me.
Oh, right.
He gave me some prints.
Janos Peckmester, history student, is staying at the inn.
I know him. He came to the dispensary too, to give his blood.
Did you? Hang on.
The treatment room. Nothing for me there right now.
I want to know what his blood is. I think he's a vampire. Boo. Well, I think all we actually got for it, we did steal a couple of things. Oh, God. This is even slower now we have an entire novel in there. We did get what a funnel. Oh, yes, and we got funnel and copper wire and a copy of Dracula, which is apparently canon in universe.
I have to talk with Janos. I wonder if he knows that his great hero, Vlad Tepes, served as the model for Dracula, the vampire.
He probably did, yes. Do we still have spooky, scary shadow? Why would he not know about that? I need to tell this history person something about history. Yeah, spooky, scary shadow. Whoa. Whoa. I do like that. There's probably lots more stuff like that in the game. Funnel, copper wire, and a copy of Dracula. Sounds like a fun Wednesday night. Any suggestion I can make with those three things is not really safe for Twitch. Hi, Dracula! Have you heard?
Hello, Janos. I have a surprise for you.
Boo!
I've just been ordered to conduct an investigation into vampires.
What do you know? Anything can
Nothing.
happen. I was talking about the same subject with Stefan Luca, who just arrived at the inn.
Who?
He's kind of a fanatic, and firmly believes in the existence of vampires. You should question him.
You're more useful to me because you're
Your
a historian.
voice.
I have several questions to ask you, particularly about Vlad Tepes.
His voice, I know his voice from somewhere. I know he was in Fahrenheit, but I don't think it was from Fahrenheit, from something else. Maybe it was from the first Dracula game. What if this history person knows about his favorite historical person? In other news, fork found in kitchen. We didn't find a fork in the kitchen, actually. For my investigation, I've come to consult a historian specialized in vampire mythology.
The recognized expert on the subject was Professor Van Bergen.
The great Orientalist. The man who crisscrossed Asia for the English Secret Service?
Rude to puff on a cigarette just before speaking.
The very one. At his death, his superb collection was bequeathed to his successor, Professor Irina Buksov. Speak about her to Stefan Luca. I think he has her number.
All people to phone?
So Professor Boxoff would be the person to consult?
Without a doubt. She possesses remarkable pieces on the subject you are interested in. A manuscript of a biography of Vlad Tepes, in particular.
Good. I shall get in touch with her.
I don't think it was Celasta. I think it was old Jank. Do you know that this Vlad Tepes, whom you so admire, is considered a vampire?
That's a legend forged by his enemies. Stoker was inspired by it to write a very bad novel.
Ooh. Burn. What do you know about the Path of Dragons?
It's a journey of initiation that some traditions associate with Vlad Tepes. Most likely because Vlad was called Dracula, which means the dragon or the devil. But it's more related to occultism than to history. Professor Buksov will fill you in better than I can.
I visited Dr. Maria Florescu.
I assume she took some of your blood? She gets everybody to contribute.
She didn't, technically. If I may be pedantic, no. Cool. Well, go get phone number of occult person. My brain... I don't know if this is accurate, but my brain's telling me about the Titanic game played. There's voice in that? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Back to town. You! Oh, that's me. You! Explain yourself. I mean, give me phone numbers.
Father, we have to follow the path of the dragon. Let's go to Turkey. Since Martha
We
went
just
there,
met.
Together we'll succeed.
I don't think that my superiors would appreciate that initiative. However, I promise that I'll think about it.
Janos Peckmester told me you knew Professor Van Bergen's successor in Budapest.
Irina Buksov, I tried to contact her, but I was rejected. She's incredibly mistrustful. It's a shame, because I think she knows a great deal about the path of the dragon.
Do you have her phone number? Who knows? Maybe I'll be luckier than you.
Do you think so? Possibly. You're a priest. That inspires trust. Call 445
It inspires trust.
7 in Budapest. But whenever you do, don't say you know me.
That's my usual way of doing things. Told me you had a falling out with Mathar.
One day, I found her in a state of shock. She wouldn't tell me anything, but I understood that she had been threatened. I told her she was taking too many risks. She wasn't listening to me, so I got angry. She answered that she'd do without my help, and she never spoke to me again about the path. It was stupid of me. If I'd backed her up all the way, she might still be alive. Today, it's my duty to finish what she began. Alone, if you won't help me.
Some of your sentences feel correctly, you know, not pronounced. What's the word I'm looking for? Intonated? And some of them just sort of fall apart. Why this document gathering? This meticulous classification? Could it be something to do with the fact that you blame yourself for the death of the person you were trying to work with to understand this information?
Martha said it was the only way to discover objects and symbols related to each trial. She added that without that knowledge, it was impossible to attain the end of the path.
Yes, we have to examine all the copies of a painting. Because that contains information. Where did Martha find her documented?
She haunted public and private libraries.
And she does now.
I know that she frequently visited the Alba Iula Museum. It burned shortly after her death. I have a feeling it wasn't by accident.
Have you returned to the dispensary since Martha's death?
I went to give blood at the request of Dr. Maria Florescu.
You didn't try to recover any documents?
What's the point in harassing young Maria? I'm sure there's nothing left of Martha's archives. Our enemy has had plenty of time to destroy them.
Maybe he recalls it from Putt-Putt enters the race. The voice actor from Putt Putt. As I recall, there were Dutch translations of the Putt Putt games. Maybe I'll get around to playing those. Okay, let's phone up this person. The holder of the archives.
Number, please.
Irina Boskov. Or Boskow, depends on which of the two characters you want to trust.
This is Irina Boxoff.
Boxov.
This is Father Arno Moriani. Hello, Professor. At the request of my hierarchy, I'm investigating the persistence of certain superstitions. You are an authority on questions of folklore and popular beliefs.
You flatter me. Let's say that I have had the good fortune to inherit the library of my predecessor, Professor Herman von Bergen. But tell me, what exactly is your investigation focused on?
Vampires.
Belief in those imaginary creatures called vampires.
Vampires. You're interested in vampires.
Just to demystify them, the Catholic Church wants to fight this superstition.
I have serious reserves about getting into the subject. I am in great demand, you know. Could you be more precise about the framework in which you're conducting your inquiry?
I was entrusted with it by Monsignor Felicio Briganti of the Congregation of Rites. If need be, you can contact him by calling Vatican 63.
Your references are serious. I'll accept to help you, Father,
Hey.
but I don't trust the telephone.
Fair.
Could you visit me at my office in Budapest?
Certainly. As early as tomorrow, if it's all right with you.
We're going to Budapest.
Very good. I'll expect you.
Oh, I forgot. I was told that you possess a volume related to my inquiry. A biography of Vlad Tepes?
That's true. Professor von Bergen left me Michel Beheim's account in verse. It's a 15th century manuscript, very precious.
You have all the pages?
But did you know that the German prose version was reprinted in 1905? It's a brochure entitled Geschichte Dracula Weide, brought out by the Friends of the Vatican Library.
Published by the Friends of the Vatican Library? In that case, it won't be difficult for me to procure a copy. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, Father.
This game really does feel at times like we want to shoehorn in all of the cool trivia we know about Dracula. Arno's VA is Rayman, we already knew that. I forgot it, but I didn't need reminding.
I have to call Monsignor Briganti to alert him that I'm going to Budapest.
We're going to Budapest, everyone. Thank you, Miss. Mrs. Wielding Sword. Briganti!
This is Cardinal Felicio Briganti.
This is Father Arno Moriani. I intend to go have a discussion with Professor Irina Boxov in Budapest to complete my file on vampires.
Very good. Will you be coming back to Rome directly afterwards?
If you don't see any problem with it, I'll go back to Vladoviste first. I'll be more tranquil there to write out my conclusions.
Ah, an excellent idea. You'll be able to take advantage of the fresh country air. I also plan on spending a week or two in the country.
I almost forgot.
Oh, good.
Could you have a work that was published by the Friends of the Vatican Library sent to me?
Certainly.
It's a bound volume, Geschichte Dracula Weide, reprinted in 1905.
No problem. I'll send it to you at your inn. Let me insist on one point, Arno. For your research, it's important that you consult the best.
You said this last time,
scientific
doctor and historian.
We need the authority of a doctor and a historian to support your conclusions.
I understand.
And after you've finished your work, make sure you get some rest.
Goodbye, Your Eminence.
Be well, Arno.
This is doing good work. Everyone clap for Miss. Am I going to bed? Or am I going to a train, or sleep? No. Feel like this could have been the start of the game. Yeah. I guess. Oh, hello.
Ozana, I'm leaving for Budapest for a day or two. Would you please keep my room?
Well, that is...
Naturally, I'll pay you for my keep, even for the nights that I'm not here.
In that case, of course, Father. I'll keep your room for you.
Cool. I was going to take it with me, but it's quite heavy. Right, well, we're leaving, I guess. To Budapest! Goodbye, 50-50 chance person. We're off! Alright then, I guess we will eventually be going to Turkey, or Turkey land. To Budapest. Music's nice. Ring. Lick the flowers. Nom nom nom. Budapest, 8 a.m. I didn't know there was a bridge in Budapest. Who are you? Herman van Bergen, 1820 to 1913. Cool. That's the person whose collection I think we want to examine.
This is no time to leave.
That's the exit, okay.
Come in.
Nom. They were red. It's blood. Don't eat the blood.
Father Arno, I presume.
Hello.
You didn't have too much difficulty finding my office?
No. The concierge told me what I needed to know. You have a wonderful place.
All the art objects surrounding me were bequeathed by my mentor and friend,
Art user.
the late Professor Herman van Bergen.
I know his reputation. He was a great traveler.
And a distinguished scholar. But tell me, did you have a pleasant journey?
Yes, thank you. I admired the Transylvanian landscape, then I fell asleep.
And you've come from Transylvania?
From Vladiviste, to be precise.
The homeland of Vlad the Impaler. You made the right choice of locales to investigate vampires. Herman went there too when he was young.
Did he? Thought you were wearing a hat. No. Going proper Katamari Damacy with it. I'd be curious to know why Professor Van Bergen went to Vladiviste.
He never told me.
Oh.
I've had various hypotheses, of course, but I must confess, the question intrigues me.
That's why you have
And
hypotheses.
to think that the answer might lie behind you.
What? The door?
The personal papers of Herman are in this strongbox. He died suddenly and didn't have the time to give me the code for opening it.
Perhaps
Did
I
I
might
try
know.
to open it? I'm no expert in the matter, but with a little luck.
It's a normal thing to say.
I'd be very grateful if you managed to open Herman's strongbox.
Oh, look, poison.
It's a container of acid. If anyone tries to force the strongbox, it breaks and destroys everything within it.
Break it. Right. Well, we talk more? There were more questions.
I can't force it.
I'd be very
It's gotta
grateful
be
if you
locked
managed to
from
open Herman's
somewhere.
strongbox.
No, we're just going straight. Right.
This lock is incredibly noisy. Or has my ear become more sensitive?
Well, we bitten.
I can't get over how clearly I can hear the mechanism. It's extraordinary.
Mud. Muduk. Mudukuk. This is a date? This is probably a date. In 1800. Bad luck. Oh. No. 1920? No, 1820.
I found the combination. MDCCCXX. Looks like a number in Roman numerals.
1820.
Thank you for opening the strongbox, Father. Would you be so kind as to deposit the contents on my desk?
Without breaking the acid. Nip.
A wax cylinder and a letter. Let's see the letter.
And let's lick the cylinder. One by one, of course.
Very interesting.
That was quick.
Are you familiar with the name of Bram Stoker?
Yes, I have this
He's
book.
the author of Dracula. I had the opportunity of perusing his novel.
This is a letter from Mr. Stoker addressed to Herman.
Okay.
Read it, please.
Okay, Bram Stoker is a character in this game. Oh dear. Bram Stoker, Lyceum Theatre, London, March 3rd, 1894. Dear Master, I must admit that your last letter caused me some grief. I hereby hope to reassure you and above all convince you that I did not misuse the fascinating history that you recounted to us at the Beefsteak Club. Above all, please know that I have never doubted the gravity of this matter. It is precisely for that reason that I have found it in good source of inspiration. I understand that you do not wish to be troubled, since all you did was perform your duty. However, during that memorable meeting at the club, you most certainly suggested that we employ prudence and discretion, but you did not require us to keep an absolute secret. Why act in such a manner, if not because you wished in one way or another to warn humanity against the terrible danger that you'd faced? And is this not the real reason for which you confided in us? Or, if it is impossible to reveal the naked truth without bringing you any prejudice, what better means of warning our contemporaries against the lords of night than a novel that reveals their tricks, and especially the means to destroy them? Thus I had reasoned, and that is why I wrote my Dracula, this book of which you disapprove today. Consider, however, that I have moved the action from Transylvania to England, that I created two distinct characters from your Luciana. In other words, that I considerably altered your story, which, must we note, recounts events that are already 24 years old. Is this not enough to protect you? As to your other criticisms, do they not contradict the first ones? Because after having reproached me for having disclosed too much, you accuse me of deforming and watering down the facts. It is true that I often let my imagination and sensibility guide my quill. The greatest liberty that I took was no doubt to give my novel a happy end. But the story— I did say novel, don't pick me up on that. But the story of a failure could have generated such distress that when we wished on the contrary to inspire hope and the desire to fight. Finally, you write, I would have preferred that you do not quote me. To my deepest regret, in order to respect your will, I have struck you out of the drafts, your real family name. Will you at least allow me to designate you by the Latin form of your name, Arminius? Without that, I would feel guilty of literary ingratitude. Please accept my sincere devotion and admiration, Bram Stoker. Smoochum.
This cylinder was cut with a process that's no longer in use. I have to find a machine that can read it. I'll keep you informed.
Cool.
So then Stoker was inspired by a story told him by Professor von Bergen, the story of events that had taken place in Transylvania. Perhaps in Vladoviste?
It's probable.
Did you know that Professor von Bergen knew Bram Stoker?
Yes, but I ignored all the details that are recounted in this letter. I only knew that Stoker had cited Herman among the sources inspiring him, and Herman was not flattered.
Had the professor foreseen the novel's success?
In no way. One day he told me, speaking of Stoker, that irresponsible man didn't understand half of what I told him. He's peddling errors that could cost people their lives. Fortunately, his book will be quickly forgotten.
There are mistakes. We must learn the mistake. I'd also like the way that she just occasionally has to sort of touch her stomach before she speaks, as if, like, moving, definitely not a bug. Definitely not a wiretap listening into this conversation. What is the source of belief in vampires?
The first trace we have stems from ancient Babylon. The creation poem contains sinister allusions to Lilith, the unappeasable, who sucks the blood of newborns.
Ugh.
Several centuries later, the Odyssey evokes dead people who crowd together to drink at a blood-filled ditch. But it's in Europe, beginning in the 14th century, that veritable epidemics of vampirism are described. They would continue until the 18th century, a period which left us much written testimony.
For example?
The famous Visum and Repertum report, written in 1732 by a retired Austrian military doctor. In it, we learn in abundant detail how Serbian peasants open a vampire's grave and execute him by driving a stake through his heart.
Okay, that bit's correct.
What an energetic method.
It's very widespread. In Russia, they use an aspen stake. In other places, it's made of hawthorn, from which Christ's crown of thorns was woven.
Right then, we're not doing much to disprove this belief, but okay. Belief in vampires must lead to much desecration of graves.
It has to. Reports describe hundreds of grave openings. The vampire's cadaver is identifiable because it's perfectly conserved. It often appears swollen by the blood it has absorbed. The blood stains its clothes, its nails, or its mouth.
Perfectly
it's sometimes
conserved.
so abundant that it overflows the coffin.
Perfectly conserved. You speak of vampires as if they existed. Reassure me you don't really believe in them. Do you?
What do you mean by believe, Father?
I mean, do you think that vampires have a real, objective existence?
I say as a Catholic.
Real or objective? You must choose, Father. Because the only immediate reality is subjective. The rest are just hypotheses.
You paying attention, Jude?
All right, your viewpoint is unassailable. So let me reformulate my question. According to you, has the existence of vampires been demonstrated?
Jean-Jacques Rousseau said, if ever there was in the world a warranted and proven history, it is that of vampires. Nothing is lacking. Official reports, affidavits of well-known people, of surgeons, of priests, of magistrates. The evidence is most complete.
Yet all these stories and affidavits seem very confused to me. I sense nothing coherent behind it all. Didn't you say yourself that the traditions don't agree?
Don't take the legends literally. I think they are the deformed reflection of a truth that is even more horrible. This book, The Lords of Twilight, is the most rigorous volume ever written on vampires. Open it.
Hands me a copy of Twilight. Because Rousseau was a great authority on vampires for some reason. Yes. Another novel. No. MXVX. Alright then. Cool. Lords of Twilight, or the Fulfillment of the Race, to Professor Herman van Bergen, hoping that in spite of our differences of opinion, he will appreciate this study, which owes a lot to his immense knowledge. Forward. Those for whom this work is intended know enough about it that it is not necessary either to demonstrate the obvious facts or to quote the details of my references. People who are going to understand this book, I don't need to prove nothing to them. Screw you. I will therefore limit myself to summarizing the facts. Those whom we shall agree to call the superior strangers, or the lords, originate from the human race, live among it and feed upon it. We know that they do not grow old and that they are almost invulnerable. The almost is important. If the lords can be destroyed, then they must compensate losses due to violent deaths. One way or another, they must reproduce. Reproduction and selection. In numerous species, the reproduction is independent of sexuality. It is the case with the lords. We can hypothesize, at least in the first step, that their reproduction is the result of a calculation. If, as it is probable, they help each other in maintaining the lesser men in ignorance and servitude, they must renew their own numbers so as not to become weak. However, the reproduction of a virtually immortal species must be strictly limited, or the food to the human cattle will soon become insufficient. Thus, it is impossible to accept that immortality could be transmitted through a simple bite, as a contagious disease. Such a belief is constantly refuted by the facts. The manner in which the lords complete their ranks is entirely different. It is a process of selection and co-optation, another word, interesting, that sources after the 15th century refer to as the Path of the Dragon. This initiatory journey offers to the human being who undertakes it the chance to transcend his condition in order to join the lords. Marked by the trials along the way, it finally brings the candidate into the presence of one of them. If it is the latter's pleasure, the human receives the baptism of blood which confers immortality, that which a Christian author referred to as the power to live beyond the grace of God. Got a good babysit. Have a good babysit. Have a grand. Do not baptize them in blood. It's a bad idea. The Path of the Dragon. The trials of the path are at the crossing points of the real, the symbolic, and the magical. They are tremendously selective, and if it happens that exceptional beings overcome one or two of them without realizing the full journey they are undertaking, completing it requires a total commitment, an unfailing will, as well as an intangible factor that we may call demonic grace, because no one can become a lord without the favor and approval of a lord. The path received its name in honor of the most remarkable lord in history, Vlad Tepes Dracula. The Dragon. It is therefore certain that this prince travelled the path, and it is highly probable that others later followed it up to him. Game's trying hard to make vampires make sense, and in the process is making nothing make sense. Characters believe, but also the game itself is grabbing you by the throat going, "See, vampires!" Vlad, however, was not the first one. The path existed before him, and he received his baptism from an elder lord. Documents prove, in fact, that the path is documents, quote unquote, I've got them. They're in a safe. Don't worry about it. They're there. They prove that the path has been codified since the dawn of history. The cryptograms that structure it were copied numerous times. The manner in which they merge with the sacred art of their times demonstrates that among the crowd of naive copyists, a handful of initiates were at work, as desirous of ensuring the eternity of their knowledge as the reserve access to it to an elite. As to reserve access to it to an elite. To reserve access to it to an... to it to an. To it to an. Sentences. Or make it a fun art project. You do like little handprints on paper and stuff like that, make turkeys out of it, just like smush your face into some blood. Great. Impressive for a game that has not shown a single vampire. The first link, but if there was an uninterrupted chain of lords up to Vlad Tepes, which of them is the first link? Texts as old as writing itself suggest the name of Lilith, the killer of beds, looking like a serpent, the demon of twilight who had been a human being but who escaped this condition by rebelling against God. Lilith's actual existence is a hypothesis to be considered. She would then be the acting incarnation of the thirst for power that constitutes the transcendental part of the human heritage. This feature, pushed to the extreme, characterizes the race of the Lords, born in the midst of humankind in a way entirely comparable to the phenomenon of the separation of species described by Darwin and his disciples. Vampires evolved from humans. But also there was a first one. Thus man must engender Ubermensch, the Superman, not only to form a metaphorical point of view and a symbolic one as the philosopher understood it, but also on the very concrete level of biology and of the balance of power. Ubermensch!
The Lords of Twilight is the work of an insane person. Sheer madness.
Father, the war that has just ended shows that the whole world can go mad. In less than 30 years, evil will seize power and the earth will once more catch fire.
No, not so quickly, not so soon. After the carnage we went through, the world will take the time to let its wounds heal.
Yeah.
You'll see. The author of the book, the Thule Society that publishes it, all of them are criminals who won't hesitate trampling on corpses to gain power and eternal life. The war will come because of them and their like.
World War II was caused by vampires. Is that what you're trying to say? World War II was... Okay, here's the plan, everyone. In order to stop World War II happening, we have to go back in time to the Titanic and steal Dracula's painting. This is important. And then he'll have a lovely little career as an artist. Strong take, game. According to the author of The Lords, the Path of Dragons leads to Vlad Tepes.
That's very possible. Vlad was a cruel ruler, intelligent and determined. He could very well have made a deal with the devil and conquered immortality.
So he would have lived several centuries?
To be sure.
But where would he be hiding?
In Vladiviste? Why not? Or elsewhere. The fox might have changed his den. The only way to tell would be to follow the path until its end.
Vlad Tepes is an anagram of Dev Staple. Sorry, I was listening. Tell me about the Thule Society.
It's a group founded by Heinrich von Kreutzberg on the ruins of the Golden Dawn, another secret society. Thule reached out to Professor von Bergen many times, but he couldn't bear them. He always kept his distance, and I followed his example.
Did they approach you?
Many times. Openly. Not in any roundabout way. Oh, they're very clever. Very influential. I would never compromise myself with them.
Sorry, I'm looking at more anagrams. How can you be so sure that a new world war is going to erupt? Would you go back to that?
Do you know the hidden apocalypse of Thomas the Greater?
Still good.
Yes. There are those who say it is a prophetic work.
Here it is. Open the book, and you will read some astonishing things.
But,
This page reveals the origin of the Great War, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand at Sarajevo. The event that would submerge the world in horror had been announced centuries before in this book.
Really? This page, you say?
Forget the direction you ordinarily read in. Try to compose words vertically or diagonally. See?
Casus belli. The cause of the war.
Exactly. The prophecy contains
Word
two other
search, yay.
terms that cross the first one. Look for them, and you will find the date and place of the assassination.
E.T. to keep listening to this unhinged podcast. Imagine just going to town to do your job and then suddenly you're in a different country listening to a woman ramble about the vampire Illuminati causing World War II. That is what's happening. What are we? Hidden apocalypse, causes of war. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the place it happened that crosses it. Hey, Luna. Luna's there. Word search, king of puzzles. Liebe. I don't really know. Where was Franz Ferdinand shot? Archduke shot an ostrich because he was hungry. Austro-Hungary? I don't know what I'm looking for. Look for other words. Parrot spelled wrong. David. Quam. That's probably some Latin. Seam. Rise. Man. Serious? Ooh. Squirt. Not a word, but you made you laugh. Squirt. Pasha. I know someone called Pasha. And Jace. Another name. She did say look for things that are crossing it. I'm looking at the diagonals and I can't really see anything. She did also say vertically. Eep. Keeping your eye on this. It's the Uriah Heep reference. I don't even know what Uriah Heep is. Is it a band? Die! That's what happened. He died. Die. Oh dear. Are we just looking for this in general? There are other pages. Can't look at those. No, we can't change page apparently. We can enlarge. Ah! Sacks! Sacks. I am... This is very helpful. Sid. Lump. Now you're getting tea. Go get tea. Levitz. Oh. We're not allowed to go sideways. We can only go diagonally up. Get that one. The only direction we can't go is sideways. Look for Sarajevo. Fantastic. I used to be good at crosswords. And now that's all gone. Is it supposed to cross this? Franz Verdi. sort of. Super. Sorry.
Here's the place.
What was the other one? Can I do this in a sec?
Are you giving up?
No.
Do I have to show you the words that you haven't found?
No, I wanted to check what you said before. I'll keep looking. I wanted to check what you said. When? When it was gonna happen. The year? Year isn't Roman numerals. Okay. When did that happen? 1914? So MCM X IV. MCM X. Oops.
Here's the date. Everything's there. In 1914, in Sarajevo, the incident that caused the war occurred. It can't be a coincidence.
It can.
It's very odd, I grant you that.
That's the past. Now let's discover the future.
More word search.
See, on this page, the Thule Society is clearly designated.
Is it?
Its name is associated with Kaiadis, which means massacre. To know more, look for connected terms.
Connected terms. Okay. What connected terms? Sacrificia? Everything's there. Vampire Illuminati. It's not just a random word search. I didn't find this in the back of a little kid's book. Pater. Pope. Papa. What? Okay, MCM XXXVI. That's a year. 1936. Do we want 1945 as well? What's that? MCM XL B. One of them is a Latin phrase. Oh, Principia. They're probably more interested in the start of the... Is Hitler in here? To give the answers so you can look for them. Kind of want to give it a little go. Give me the Latin one. If that's okay. Thank you. Is it a Latin phrase I've heard before? Or is it just random and I gotta know it? Also, the war started in 1939, not 1936. What happened in 1936? I'm gonna do a Dracula-themed word search for my newsletter. This game? Maybe, don't recall. Yeah, there is a place also in Latin, you guys, but it's a country name, so you would have heard. Vatican? World War II, really. Yeah. Mali Victoria. I have not heard that in this game. Thank you. Or Malai Victoria. The country of Mali. Mali? That's a country, isn't it? Northwest Africa? Mal is Victoria. Everyone loses. I guess you can just give up. Right? It's not necessary to do this, but. Malay Victoria. Victory of evil. Immolate. Dumb. Strain. Sight. Sacrificia. I have 2 letters for the last one. Oops. Gnome? Oh, Norm. Germania.
So now everything is clear.
Yes, of course.
At the instigation of the Thule Society, evil will triumph in Germany in 1936. And there will be massacres.
So this prophecy is
Well,
at the root
1935.
of your mistrust of the Thule Society.
Well, 1930. You can't tell where it ends.
It's just one element among many others.
Now for the other 5.
Believe me, those people have no notion of compassion.
Oh, no. Are we done with word searches? There are more. Okay. Vique. Principe. I guess that's other things that will happen in the future. Maybe we'll come back to that. What do you think of the famous Path of the Dragon consists of?
I see it as a way to force destiny, to attain, thanks to the Force, spheres
The Force.
forbidden to man.
The Force?
How could that be possible?
By being a Jedi.
Father, you are well placed to know that sacraments of good exist. You must accept that there are also sacraments of evil, handed down from time immemorial.
Why?
If they do exist, these sacraments can only be dangerous illusions.
They do exist. 7 of them.
Oh, good.
7 stages of the same route. 7 trials to change a man into a bloodthirsty monster who pretends to deal with God as an equal. The keys to the Path of the Dragon are hidden in ancient documents. Take this occult work. It contains an illustration that I would ask you to examine carefully.
I know that painting.
Yeah.
I saw it very recently. It's Raphael's crucifixion scene. Although, no, it's not precisely the same work.
There's another
Excellent
book.
memory. It is indeed a copy. We shall point out the differences with the original.
Now
one
it's
by
spot the difference. Oh god, we gotta do it on this screen. Why? No, my frames. It's not the required action. Examine. Not the required action. Help.
What are we? The New York Times.
Slurps tea judgmentally. Help! No. Where was it?
In the original painting, the angel on the left holds 2 chalices.
To be sure, I remember that very well.
To be sure.
In your copy, the angel on the left is only holding 1 chalice.
Absolutely. That's the most flagrant difference. There's another one, but you'll need a magnifying glass to see it.
Oh no.
Focus your magnifying glass on the base of the cross.
Oh, thank you for telling me exactly where I should be looking.
An inscription, but it's in ancient Enochian. Do not let your blood flow in vain. A strange locution. What meaning do you ascribe to all this?
Have the blood flow in artery.
Herman had an idea on the subject.
Okay, can we leave? Oh, good. We're back to having a frame rate.
These variations between the 2 versions of the crucifixion are troubling. You say that Professor Van Bergen was able to interpret them?
Herman was convinced that the variations in the documents revealed the secrets of the path. Imagine yourself as a copyist, seeking to transmit a message to initiates. 2 methods are possible. Either you add an element to the original, or more subtly, you remove one.
The chalice?
Yes, it's absent from the copy, and I think it's a way to draw attention to it. The devil leaves his signature in its absence, Herman said.
Then the chalice is important.
An object is associated with each stage of the path. I'd venture a guess that the chalice is one of them. There are 6 others to discover.
Yeah.
What happens at the end of the route?
The initiate must accomplish one last rite. He won't be able to unless he's understood all he's achieved before.
Oh god, we're
That
screwed.
is, if he knows the order of the trials, as well as the objects and symbols related to each of them.
Do I have to keep notes? I may have to keep notes. Has anything happened yet? I don't think anything's happened. We had a dream that someone got stabbed. I think that's the only thing that's happened. Nothing has happened. Why use the crucifixion, a sacred work, to blasphemous ends?
If you want to transmit forbidden knowledge, it's an advantage to plagiarize sacred art. Your copy will be piously conserved by simple folk who don't even suspect what you've hidden there. And your message will go through the centuries, understood only by those to whom it is addressed. Your spiritual brothers, the initiates.
See, now I'm imagining an episode of Baumgartner Restoration where he's restoring one of these paintings and talking about how in some versions the chalice is there and some versions it isn't. I've been watching too much of that channel. I see your library's remarkably rich.
That's true, but it's very hard to find one's way in it. Herman had a very
There's a front
particular
door.
way of storing his books. Let's say he classified them more poetically than functionally. Without this catalog associating each book with its call number, I'd be lost in my own library.
Oh, good library
Every
puzzles.
time I take a volume from the shelf, I write its call number on a bookmark I slip between the pages. That way I can put it back in place without losing too much time. For the same reason, I use ghosts.
What?
Ghosts?
Yes, there are ghosts in my library. That's what we call the pieces of white cardboard that signify the place of a missing work on the shelf.
Professor, I don't want to take up too much of your time. This visit was most interesting, even if, I must admit, your opinions hardly go in the sense my hierarchy expected.
It's regrettable that the Catholic Church is so rigid. But even if the existence of vampires may be doubted, the existence of the Thule Society is unquestionable. Beware of it, Father. I'll gather some documents that will show you all of the malevolence of this organization. Where can I send them to you?
At the Vladovista Inn, if you'd be so kind. Thank you for receiving me so graciously, Professor.
I wish you a safe journey back to Transylvania, Father. God keep you.
Thank you for letting me play your word
Astonishing
search.
Conversation. It's as if this woman lived in another world.
Vampire Illuminati. It's say this easily, but the game makes you side with the Catholic Church. Yeah, the only proof we have of vampires is that people's blood was kind of funky at a time when people were barely practicing modern medicine. Right, well that was fun. Back to Vladivist. Back to Vladivist. Black. Lick those flowers. Lick them good and clean. The meeting could have been a phone call, but then we couldn't have done the word search. Jeeb, you don't understand. I had to listen to a click and then do a word search. Vitally important. Alright, let's go to the inn.
I've got to see Janos and Stefan.
Okay, maybe not.
They'll surely be curious to know how my conversation with Professor Boxoff went. But first, let's stop at the inn to see if I've received any mail.
Okay, let's do. Sure, gameplay. Ding ding! No? Okay.
Stefan Luca is in the parlor. Let's go greet him.
Hello, Father Arno. What news?
Can you let me turn around first? Oh, you've changed chair!
I've just come from Budapest. I saw Professor Boxoff, and I have to confess that she shares some of your ideas.
You see? Are you ready to help me at last? When do we leave for Turkey?
I don't think that my superiors would appreciate that initiative. However, I promise that I'll think about it.
This guy wants to become a
Very
vampire.
well. I think I'll have to venture onto the path of the dragon alone. I can see that I haven't convinced you, Father. I'd still like to ask you something. Sometimes I'm scared, you know, scared of the powers I'm challenging. Of course, I do have my Medal of St. Dimitri, but I'd also like to have your blessing.
You should know that, at our hostess's request, I've already blessed the room you're sleeping in.
Oh? Well, that is reassuring. Thank you, Father.
Not you, though, so have fun. Nope. Okay, let's check up by the thing then. Doobity-doo. We really should check inside that glowing red tree. Hi. You eating bones again? Just walking all over them.
Hello, Father Arno. Are you back from Budapest?
No, I'm still there.
Yes, I spoke at length with Professor Boxoff. She takes testimony about vampirism very seriously.
Age makes many academics lose touch with reality. But tell me, did she show you the manuscript about Vlad Tepes?
It wasn't necessary. I was able to procure a printed edition, which is more than enough for my needs.
Professor Boxov appraised me of the existence of the Thule Society, a cult that seeks immortality.
You know I'm not very interested in esotericism.
Sure. What do you think all of the acts of cruelty that are ascribed to Vlad Tepes?
Vlad was reproached for everything, even for having abjured orthodoxy to convert to Catholicism. But his life is only known through the writings of his enemies. You have to read between the lines. Among other things, it's said that one Easter he treacherously seized all the noblemen in his country. They add that he made them labor naked on the enlargement of his castle till they died of exhaustion. But they omit to point out that these noblemen had betrayed all the previous kings. They were leading the country to its ruin through constant plotting. By eliminating them, Vlad was acting for the best.
That's one view of things.
Cool, okay, well, nice, good, fantastic. Bye. Not sure what that achieved. Was the nudity necessary, though? They needed to learn a bit of humility. That's the thing. Still there? Still there. want to skip these because we can skip them. But also, I don't know when something interesting will happen. One day. It'll happen one day. Chat with the doctor, maybe? Don't really know what I need to do at the moment.
Come in! It's open!
Hi. I went to Budapest.
How lucky you are. It's a very beautiful city.
I loved the hallway I saw. You know what I learned? Your favorite novel, Dracula, seems to be based on a true story.
Really? That's fascinating.
Yeah, you know
I
about
suppose
it.
so. But my work is to show that everything can be explained with no mystery being involved.
So then the Vatican doesn't want to believe in vampires. What a lack of imagination.
Also, that... I'm suspicious. Feels like a very... distinct design decision. Grave digger? Just talk to everyone, standard procedure. Everyone's favorite urchin. Something might happen, maybe.
Hey, sir!
Fortunately, we have to wait 3 or 4 minutes for this character to walk over to us. Hi. Do you know if legends about vampires go around the village?
Legends. Remains to be seen if it's legends.
You know all about
Maybe
remains to be seen.
You'll find some who'll talk to you about it. Maybe. I'd rather not talk about all that.
Well, that was informative. Someone might talk to you about it, but not me. Oh, hello. Oh, it's the innkeeper. Hello.
So, you come to pray, Ozana?
Yes, Father. I am praying to our Martha for business to take off again after these dark years. You see, Father, the war ruined lots of small businesses. So it'd be good for Vladiviste if Martha became a saint with a pilgrimage and the whole thing. Father, now about Martha, I've got to tell you something. My sister-in-law caught that chest disease. It was just before Dr. Florescu arrived. There wasn't no doc in the village. Well, my sister-in-law touched a scarf Martha'd worn, and she was cured just like that.
Not the small businesses. That's the worst part about the war.
You see, Father, the war...
Yeah. Anything new? Nah, that's all the same. Where's Urchin gone? Old Chin. Where's Old Chin? We still haven't been in the church. Cool looking church. Think we'd have an interest in going there, but apparently not. I need to make a phone call. What a surprise. Well, I guess I learned things. I will go back and call my superior. You just do that at every opportunity, I guess. Professor Crew. Okay, well, fine. We'll do that instead. Who was Professor Crew?
Number, please.
Slightly losing track of people. Heinrich von Crew. Oh, the doctor. Yes.
Alba Euler, put me through to Germany. Munich.
Why do we want to ring him?
1941.
Hi.
This is Professor Heinrich von Kruger.
This is Father Arno Moriani. Professor, I'm calling back to ask for your help.
How can I help you?
Well, it's rather delicate to explain. You should know first of
I
all
learned something
that
about
I
Germany.
belong to the Holy Congregation of Rites. I came to Vladiviste to investigate the life of Martha Caligarl.
Would you like me to talk to you about her? She was a remarkable woman.
To tell the truth, my mission has changed. For reasons that would be a little long to explain, I now have to investigate vampires.
Vampires? Don't tell me. The Catholic Church has started to believe in vampires.
On the contrary, my superiors want to combat this belief. They're alarmed to see how resistant it still is in the 20th century.
Ah, yeah, very good. If it's to fight superstition, you can count on my assistance.
It will be invaluable to me, for I need the viewpoint of a scientist on the vampire myth.
No, I need a doctor and a
You
historian.
realize this is the very subject of the research I was carrying out with Dr. Calugarol. We discovered a disease, the P syndrome.
P syndrome.
The symptoms are quite similar to those attributed to the victims of vampires. So the legend is based on specific medical facts.
Hooray! It's exactly what I want. Tell me about your collaboration with Martha Caligaro.
Dr. Caligaro contacted me while she was caring for a patient called Marescu. His granulocytes showed a very curious anomaly. She sent me a blood sample by carrier pigeon.
So
and
much
we
lore.
worked on this case together. The result of our collaboration was the discovery of P syndrome.
P.
Afterwards, we had to specify the cause of the disease and perfect a serum. For that, I needed statistical data. I asked Dr. Caligaro to take a large number of samples from the population of Vladiviste. Unfortunately, the war interrupted our research.
Did you pick up again with Martha Caligaro after the end of the hostilities?
Even our character's
It was
fed up.
impossible for me to contact her immediately. When I was finally able to phone the dispensary, she was dead. It was Dr. Florescu who answered me.
Just halfway through. So did you ever contact Dr. Caligaro? Do you think Dr. Florescu has the competence needed to continue Martha Caligaro's research?
Of course. I've been insisting for some time now that she do so. As soon as she sends me the results I'm missing, I'll be able to find a serum that's effective against P syndrome.
According to you, vampires have no objective existence.
I just say that they're not supernatural creatures, but there certainly do exist mentally ill people who are bloodthirsty. Look at Countess Elizabeth Bathory, who in
Here's
the
more facts
16th
I know.
century bled to death hundreds of young girls before she was walled up alive in her Carpathian castle. In addition,
You'd be exhausted
as
doing
I
all this.
mentioned, patients afflicted with the P syndrome suffer from very odd physical and psychological disorders that make them resemble the victims of vampires.
Certain of Dr. Caligaro's patients behaved in a very strange way.
Oh, what did these patients do?
Don't know.
They went out alone in the night,
All right.
as if they were answering a call. They ripped off the garlic necklaces the doctor had placed on them.
Somnambulism, allergy to garlic. Those signs are most likely associated with P syndrome, as are pallor, drawn features, anemia, and other symptoms we haven't yet discovered.
Your accent is about as good as my attempt at an accent. Sort of wandering around Europe a little bit. Have you read Dracula by Bram Stoker?
Unfortunately, yes. What an abominable novel.
You're too severe. That's not what Oscar Wilde thought.
I won't tell you what I think of Oscar Wilde, and I'll limit myself to the novel. It's a tissue of inconsistencies. Let's see. Stoker affirms that those who die as victims of a vampire should become one in turn. So at that rate, vampirism should spread like an epidemic, with a growth rate faster than Fibonacci's famous immortal sequence. In a first stage, all of mankind would be vampirized, and then, in a second, the vampires would also disappear, not
Should we do a
having any
Sudoku or
victims
something?
left to feed on. So Stoker's hypothesis is therefore perfectly absurd. No species can live without regulation.
Apparently you didn't appreciate Stoker's work. What have you apparently just said?
Stoker considers himself a historian and a scientist, but he's just an oddball. His novel is a collection of implausibilities. Take the character of Lucy. That woman, he keeps saying, is getting better, until she just dies. A victim of Dracula, she's treated by transfusion. Blindly, of course, because at the time, we knew nothing of blood types. In those conditions, what are the chances the patient will accept the donor's blood?
About 1 out of 3, if my recollections are good. Nonetheless, in desperate cases, it's worth the trouble to try.
Certainly. But the good Professor Van Helsing, who is always described as a genius, repeated the operation with 4 different donors. The chances of survival for that poor Lucy then fell to less than 2%. It's probably the transfusions that killed her, and not Dracula.
Again, hey, look at the facts I know. I can nitpick Dracula.
He teaches us that they can read minds and change into bats. However, He's not worried about finding one of the latter at the window of the room in which he's holding a meeting. And then he seems so surprised that Dracula knows his plans. Ha! The naivety of that character is irritating.
The number of questions has not gone down. Did you know that the director Murnau is going to shoot a movie based on the Dracula? Why am I interested in saying? What's this got to do with our investigation to talk about somebody who doesn't like the book Dracula? There's going to be a film about it. But I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I know the work of Murnau. They call it expressionism. But for me, those morbid fantasies have much more to do with pathology.
Great. Strange. Sometimes I have the feeling that noises and odors are accentuated. We'll just say that.
That hypersensitivity might be due to fatigue or to nervous tension. Let's see. You don't have any allergies, do you?
No, none at all.
Good. Well, I don't think there's anything to worry about, but call me if you notice any allergic reactions.
This game is worse in an entirely different way than the first two, in the sense that I wonder where the game has gone. There might have been a game, maybe. Remember, you clamoured for this. Professor Boksov, that's always forget how to pronounce it. Professor Boksov spoke to me of waves of vampirism observed between the 14th and 18th centuries. How would you explain?
Yeah, I noticed they coincided with epidemics of the plague. Masses of people died. They were buried quickly, and sometimes when they were still alive. They tore at themselves while trying to escape their coffins. If they were disinterred, their bodies were found bloodied. In short, they made perfect vampires.
To be fair, this is, in terms of the story, this is exactly the person we need.
You know. Even today, a colleague told me of a pregnant woman who gave birth in her coffin.
Ooh.
The poor lady died of suffocation with her child.
Love. To me, I thought it'd be a wacky fever dream, not someone's thesis on Bram Stoker's Dracula. Do you want to know the fun thing, Cheap? If you buy the version on Steam, it's based on the mobile version of the game, which has most of the puzzles cut out. Which means it's just talking. What have you got to say about those bodies that are found fresh and rosy-cheeked months after burial?
Decomposition is not a very systematic phenomenon. If the laws of nature permit 1 out of 100 bodies to deteriorate more slowly than others, take the time to open every grave in the cemetery, and you'll always find one pseudo-vampire. Anyway, why associate the absence of decomposition with vampirism? The phenomenon has been observed with many holy figures. For example, Francis Xavier and Teresa of Avila. To cite just two. Explore the archives of your congregation, and you'll find dozens of cases.
Can you give me a clue as to what puzzle I need to do next? These people should have just made a blog with their book review instead of making a game about it. According to Professor Boksov, suspect corpses are often bloated, others continuously sweat blood.
Decomposition produces gases that can give the cadaver a swollen aspect. The liquid that oozes from corpses is an odd phenomenon, but did you know that the venerable Lebanese monk Charbel Maklouf has sweat liters of blood since his death? Does that mean this holy man is a vampire?
If you heard of the Path of the Dragon?
What a pompous name. What does it refer to?
An initiatory journey having to do with vampirism. Professor Irina Boksov takes it very seriously.
Himmel, esotericism, secret societies, initiatory journeys. What an old-fashioned hodgepodge. But even the greatest minds sometimes go astray.
Professor Boksov spoke to me about the secret Thule Society, or Thule.
Himmel, esotericism, secret societies, initiatory journeys. What an old-fashioned...
You said that before. Professor Irina Boksov revealed certain odd prophecies to me.
Prophecies? What exactly did the professor say?
Great evil will come forth in Germany in some 15 years. There will be massacres and a new world war.
And what is the source of these prophecies?
A word, sir.
The hidden apocalypse of Thomas the Greater.
Ah, yeah, the Kabbalistic version.
Do you know it?
Of course. I also amused myself when I was a student with associations of letters. By the virtue of the law of numbers, once in a while, you obviously have to find a combination that makes sense.
You think that all of this is just coincidence?
Yeah, and that book can be made to say just about anything. Wait a minute. I'll go get my copy.
Yeah, this guy, I'm with this guy. He'll probably turn out to be evil, but I'm with this guy.
Good. Let's open it at random to page 3, for example.
More
And look
word
for
search.
significant words. You'll see that, with a little bit of luck, we're going to discover some wonders. Hey, look! It didn't take me long to find something. I see other words, but I'll leave you the pleasure of the hunt.
I don't even know what these ones mean. Aryan Sol, Rising Sun, Empire. Okay. Probably evil, but yeah, it makes sense. Makes more sense than Vampire Illuminati. Did the people who make this think this was a fun game? I don't know. What am I looking for? Hiroshima? Looking for like disasters, right? Oh, I'm looking for a year and a Latin for okay. It makes sense that I'm looking for the year that this thing takes. Which I don't know what an Empire of the Rising Sun. That's not an event. Okay, well we'll look anyway. Okay, we're looking for the only 45. I assumed so. Boom. And then Latin, which is uvalstiso. And who could forget? Klehak sapst. Can I have the Latin phrase, please? There's a puzzle. This isn't a puzzle. This is guess what number I'm thinking of. That's not a puzzle. Calesti Signi. Right. Thank you. KLSD Signi? Not KLSD Signi. Cygnus?
Good
Cygnus.
fishing, huh? But that's as it should be. When you look for just any old thing, you'll find it easily. Now, let's look at the interpretation. Rising Sun, 1945. Fire from the sky. I've got a wealth of choices. For example, I can posit that 1945 will be the dawn of a new empire, and that its advent will be accompanied by lightning bolts zigzagging through the sky. Or, also, that in 1945, heaven's fire will fall upon the empire of the rising sun, or any old ingenious absurdity that I can dream up. All right, this game is amusing but sterile. Let's focus our attention on other matters.
You seem to be comfortable with the calculation of probability. Could you give me your opinion on some rather special gambling game? Game? I'm gonna ask it, but I'm angry.
For you.
Here it is. In Vladivostok,
They're
I
50-50.
met a gypsy who played both cards and dice.
It's all 50-50.
Can you describe the games to me? Methodically list every case, and you'll see that the best strategy is to bet on the visible color. That choice gives you
Okay.
out
I'm
of
bad at
3
probability.
chances
That
to
makes
win.
sense.
Your gypsy doesn't cheat, but she knows the probability, and that's how she wins against those who don't know it. This game is a probabilistic version of the classic rock, scissors, paper. It's clear that the white die has 4 chances
Yeah, so this
out
is
of
the 3
6
dice that beat
to
each other.
beat the yellow one. We could even show that, in general, yellow beats black and black beats white. To improve your chances, let your gypsy choose first, then take the die that beats hers. Tell me, could I ask you a personal question? Listening to your voice, I have the feeling that you're a little tense.
Yes, I'm not sleeping well.
Nothing else? You can confide in me. I'm a doctor, you know.
Well, sometimes I get the feeling I'm being spied upon. I'm sure it's only an impression, but it's becoming an obsession.
That happened
Father
once.
Arno, you are sensitive and susceptible, like our late lamented Dr. Caligaro. These are
To whom
qualities,
nothing bad
but
happened.
they make you vulnerable. Above all, don't let your imagination govern you.
That's good advice. Thank you. I'll try to follow it. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, Father.
Like, this is a prime case of, like, let's do a Fool's AU where we show, don't tell everything. Happened all the time once. Before I do anything. Save. We must save consistently. What now? Do I talk to my superior? What did I get? I know that Hiroshima's gonna happen. Like, what? How does any of this help me? I'm gonna talk to my boss. This feels...
Number, please.
Briganti. Okay, I'm not. Can I go? Can I? Game? Do I have to wait for this to ring out? Help. Ah, okay. Oh dear, alright. No, I live here. I don't live by the phone. My room. This new?
A package from the Vatican.
Ah.
It must be Vlad Tepes's biography that Monsignor Briganti sent me.
Oh good, more books. One thing this game needed. Geschichte Dracula weiter. Gevangen van den Turken kente Vlad Tepes das Freedom und... Okay. A prisoner of the Turks, Vlad Tepes regained his freedom and rose to the throne. That same year, he ordered the execution of the voivode of Vladislav, who had been the ruler of the land before him. Moreover, he had people of all walks of life, young and old, men and women, impaled on a stake, and they agitated their legs and arms and convulsed like frogs. Ugh. It's not pages, these are different these different pages are documents. I can't just flick through pages, I have to go through different documents. Okay. In addition, he poisoned the water sources throughout the country. He had women, men, and children brought in and impaled, and they numbered 200. Also, he invited all the poor of the... Also, and... The standard German writing. He invited all the poor of the land to partake in a big feast, and when they had finished eating, he had them all burnt inside the church. Also, he had a monk and the donkey on which he was riding seized and had them both impaled. Not the donkey. Horrible man. He had men buried up to their waist and riddled with arrows. Others were roasted and others skinned alive. Some of them were turned into masonry. Turkish ambassadors greeted him without taking off their headgear, saying, "This is our custom." "Very well," he answered, "I will reinforce you in your custom." And they thanked him. But he had them seized and had their headgear hammered into their heads with large iron nails. This is how he reinforced their custom. He reinforced I'm going to reinforce the custom. And then he reinforced the custom. That's how he reinforced the custom.
All right. The time has come to call Monsignor Briganti to tell him my investigation is nearing its end. I hope he's in his office.
We're almost to the end of the book, everyone. Book, game. Fun fact, he's not in his office. I just tried to phone him.
Number, please.
Monsieur Briganti again, please. Oh, he's there. Great.
This is Cardinal Felicio Briganti.
This is Father Arno Moriani.
So, your stay in Budapest.
Instructive. But I must admit that Professor Boxoff's opinions are rather disturbing.
Oh, that's alarming. I do hope that you intend to conclude the way we expect.
Rest assured. I also spoke with Professor Kruger, who approached the problem in a very rational manner. I now have sufficient material to write my report. I'm starting tonight.
Is something going to happen?
Oh, you're always so dynamic.
Oh, so dynamic.
Try to get some rest afterwards. If you like Vladoviste, stay there a while. Walk, read, pray, enjoy the calm and the silence. I'm going for a 2-week retreat to a little monastery in Abruzzo. We'll see each other when I get back to Rome.
Goodbye, Your Eminence.
Be well, Arno.
Okay, we've concluded our investigations. It is now time for something to happen.
I worked late. I finished my report, then I went to bed. It was hot and humid.
Boomst. Boomst. Spooks. Events. Lock the door. Doctor? The doctor. Yeah, the skull. Whoa. Oh, hey. Pogs. That's a slammer, that one. Piece of 8. Ooh. Someone just got shot.
Another night of agitation. That's the 3rd time I've dreamt of Maria. I'm attracted to that woman, it's obvious. Lord, preserve me from temptation.
Yeah, should we investigate the gunshot?
This medallion. I saw it in a dream.
Cellist is having a seizure. Faces of 8. Ooh. That's an inscription. Render unto Sharon that which is Sharon's. Sharon is the ferryman who takes the souls of the dead across the river Acheron. The ancients placed a coin in the mouth of the dead so they could pay the price of their passing. Cool. So how did our blessing go? Weird nightmares about one person amid strange ongoings. I must fancy them. Yes.
This is a particularly heavy piece of furniture. No way to just slide it.
Ooh. Cellist is still having a time. Hi, I heard a
Father.
bang.
I gotta talk to you.
Hi.
What is it, Ozana?
Well,
Ozana.
Mr. Luca asked me to wake him up early. He wanted to leave for Turkey. For Turkey! Imagine that. So, I knocked on his door this morning several times, but he didn't answer. He locked the bolt. I don't know what to do.
Help me move the wardrobe.
That is disturbing. He might be sick. You want me to force the door?
Hold on before you break an expensive door. Maybe he's sick, but maybe he's just a heavy sleeper. He likes prune brandy, and he can down a good deal of it.
I heard him snoring.
You have to make sure he's
His snores are
all
very
right.
loud
Father,
and sudden.
if you can get into Mr. Luca's room without breaking the door, that would fix everything.
Can you help me move a wardrobe?
Father, if you can get into Mr. Luca's...
Help me move a wardrobe.
This is a particularly heavy piece of furniture. No way to just slide it.
Just... What do...
This crate is blocking the door.
Wardrobe blocking the door. Berries. Lubricate the floor with berry juice. No, okay. Okay. You help me. Oh, you're the person in the room. This cellist. Somebody needs to help the cellist. They're not well. Yeah, very well. Do I leave? It's raining. Oh, that's nice. Pleasing rain and thunder. Okay, we're gonna go in apparently.
It's the wax I use to polish the tables.
Right. Not berry
I
juice.
hardly have any left, but if you need some, take it.
I'll take it. Thank you, Jean. It's too heavy to just push, but I can just push it. Wasn't the weight then, was it? It was friction. Hello.
Good God.
Oi, noi!
Dead. Shot at point blank range.
Wax makes things lighter. Exactly. That's why bees can fly.
Stefan's medal. And to think he thought this would protect him.
I stole it. It's fine. Better to die on the battlefields of honor without complaint for the honor of our colors than again be slaves, or than be again slaves in our own country. Why didn't the medal I was carrying that says better to die on it protect me from dying, or not protect me from dying? Yeah, painting. Solitary oak tree. And screwed to the wall? What's going on?
A new painting's been placed over the old one.
Yeah. Tower of Babel. Strange.
I smell a pharmacy kind of odor.
The doctor. Oh, gotta wash my hands with soap. Very important.
Traces of mud. The killer entered through the window.
You were actually becoming a detective. I'm on board again. Suddenly a game's happening. Anything here? Life resumes. Cannons. Hardships. Young woman. Death of a police inspector. Accidental death. The inspector shot himself while cleaning his gun. That's where the revolver bullets are. But the Caligari's dead. That may be useful later. Right, cool, well.
Bible in Greek.
A Grible. Good news, I opened the door. I think there was something else I have to mention as well.
Police immediately.
Okay, we won't alert the person whose hotel this is.
Number, please.
We're rather implicating ourselves here. But it's fine. Inspector General Bruta. That sounds like a policeman.
This is Inspector Bruta.
Hello. This is Father
Oh yeah, it's the New York guy.
The journalist Stefan Luca was murdered in his room at the inn in Vladiviste.
Murdered? Are you sure of that?
Shot to death. Beyond the shadow of a doubt.
The shadow of a doubt.
Because I can't send anyone over. There's turmoil in Albayula.
But you really can't come?
Impossible. The situation here is very serious. We fear riots, and I need all my men.
There aren't going to be riots, but we're just really scared of them.
Can you contact a doctor?
Yes, Dr. Maria Florescu.
Let her examine the corpse and send us a report. We'll open an investigation as soon as possible.
Goodbye, Inspector.
Yes, through a tiny window, almost as if a bat came through. Dong!
Maria examined the body.
Dong!
She estimated the death at between midnight and 3 in the morning. Clearly, Stefan Luca was chloroformed in his bed, then dragged to the floor and shot dead at point-blank range.
Oh, I'm glad they took him off the bed.
I now have to admit some dark force is at work.
Why?
After Martha, Stefan was killed to prevent him from following the path of the dragon.
Conclusions are being jumped in.
If I had taken him seriously, if I had helped him, he might still be alive.
Yeah, that's what he said.
My God, can I go back to Rome as if nothing had happened?
Oh, that's
Can
it.
I leave the murderer free to kill again?
It was the innkeeper because they didn't want to get the bedding all bloody. See, we've solved the case.
I have made my decision. Since the police aren't doing their duty, it's up to me to pursue the job Martha and Stefan undertook. So I'll follow the path, wherever it might lead. And with the Lord's help, I'll confront whatever awaits me at the end.
This is a very tenuous reason to be doing this. Oh dear.
I'll have to ask Ozana why she covered all the inn's mirrors.
Spooks. He was a spooked. Yeah, nothing to do with vampires. The man was shot. So when was this covered? Tower of Babel. Can I examine closely? Are there changes that I need to be aware of? Perfect. Alright then. Hey, why did you cover the mirrors?
What a calamity, Father.
The story could have started here. It really
Just
could.
been killed in my inn, and he didn't even have any family. I think I'll throw out the trunk he left in the attic before it brings bad luck.
No, me. I
You
want
put
it.
his trunk in the attic?
Yeah, he just said he had some stuff he preferred not keeping in his room.
Before you get rid of it, would you allow me to have a look at it?
Of course I would. The hook to open the trapdoor's behind you. You could take it.
Another thing, did Stefan Luca tell you to what region of Turkey he intended to go?
Mr. Luca told me the name of the city, but I forgot. Something like yogurt.
Try to remember, please. It's important.
Oh, it's so stupid. I just can't come up with the name.
A name.
Maybe Mr. Peckmaster knows. He's in the parlor. You ought to ask him.
Why are the mirrors shrouded?
It's the custom. We always do that when someone's died in the house.
Makes sense. Hook. I got a hook. Door hook and car door. Where is that? Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, we really like. Okay, Fools AU. We come here. We need to investigate the whether or not we should canonize a doctor. And as we arrive, there's a hubbub. Lots of people in the street going, "Oh my god, what's happened? A random reporter got shot in an inn, or whatever." Or that happens on our first night or something. Start with action. Need to warn people if I'm going to say scary things. Miss. Feedback.
Here's our journalist's trunk.
Oh, spooky doll. You want a spooky doll bat? Get the bat with the gun. Get him. No. Oh, the bat with the gun. Smooch it on the snoot. I can't do nothing with him, I'm afraid. But I can appreciate them from afar. Pat back.
It's stuck.
Sorry?
It's stuck.
Yep. A clean copy of that.
It's stuck.
Carnby, I'm stuck in front of a door. The lock works with cards. I already have 3, but I seem to need 4.
When the chain is removed, Stefan's metal fits perfectly into the hollowed out part.
I've been captured. I'm locked up here in this cell.
Oh, the chain. Oh god. Somber fiddles. Patriarchy. Forever faithful to the motherland. What were the colours of the Romanian flag? Blue, yellow, and something? Okay, that's not as bad as like blue, yellow, red. Okay, I see how.
I am already acquainted with these documents.
Boom.
Lucas showed them to me in the inn's parlor.
Probably should explain what I was doing, but I don't think anyone necessarily cares. Okay, we've got all these. Crucifixion of Raphael. Also, that guy. Also, oh, do we got that? Poorly transcribed. That one. Yep, these are the people who died of probably vampire. Vial with holy water. Host. Okay. Dear Stefan, I know you disapprove of my trip to Turkey, but please believe me, my health is still strong and the walks in the mountain do not scare me. Tomorrow I will go on the back of a mule to visit the caves that open the side of the Fox Peak. Vlad the Impaler was a prisoner there in his youth, and I have good reason to believe that this is where it all began. If I find some clue to the circumstances of his evasion, I think I will be able to advance on the path. Please rest assured that I will not go alone. I was fortunate to meet French railroad engineer who compiles topographic reports of this lost land. We found out that we share a common passion, photography. He immediately offered to take me to the Fox Peak. By chance, he knows well this site, which he has visited numerous times. I include in this letter one of his photos. It will give you an idea of the strange beauty of the landscapes of the region. With all my friendship, Martha. A picture. Symboles.
Where exactly is the Fox Peak mentioned in the letter? The envelope is missing and the stamp with it.
P.S. Upon my return, I will hand you the file that I put together with the Path of the Dragon. Okay, that. Letters from Martha. I think that's all that's there. So we got inventory. There we go. What did we get? We got host, holy water, and also a chain from the amulet. Hi. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. Classic. Anything else up here? No. Just some smoky boxes. And a doll. And a bat. Just go back to Rome. I would. Oh no. But it was so impressive. You! Explain yourself. You did it!
Our friend Stefan Luca has met a sad fate. Do you have any ideas about this murder?
Perhaps something political. Stefan had very firm opinions. It doesn't take more than that to become the target of some extremist group.
Stefan Luca wanted to go to Turkey. Do you know where?
No, he merely said that he wanted to follow the path of the dragon, and that passed through Turkey.
When did you speak with him?
On the eve of his death. We'd been drinking together in the parlor. He was very upset. His remarks were not very coherent, but I listened without contradicting him.
Very unlike you. Didn't hear anything on the night of the murder?
The noise of the storm. Nothing else.
Is it true that Vlad Tepes was held captive in Turkey?
To be sure. Most chronicles report that he was a hostage in Turkey and escaped.
Where exactly was he a prisoner?
To my knowledge, none of the sources mention that.
I intend to set out upon the path of the dragon.
No, that's ridiculous, not you. Don't tell me you believe in Stefan's mad theories.
Well, he's been killed, hasn't he? And that gives a great deal of weight to his words all of a sudden.
So we got nothing. Bugger all. Okay, well. I'm gonna chat with the doctor. He seems suspicious. Ding-a-ling-a-ding-dong. She also lives next door to where we thought Dracula was looking. Hello there. Despina Moida.
I'm happy to see you. I was thinking of that unfortunate Stefan Luca. What happened to him is horrible.
You're right. And since the police aren't doing anything, I've decided to conduct my own investigation.
You can count on me to help.
Thank you. To discover the truth, I will have to ask you questions that might be indiscreet sometimes.
I know that Martha went to Fox Peak in Turkey. I would like to know exactly where that mountain is located. Yeah, just because someone's dead doesn't mean we suddenly believe it.
Of course, there's that map in the bureau drawer. Wait a minute.
I'm waiting. It's the problem people have with the Charlie Kirk guy.
Look at this train ticket. I found it slipped within a map of Turkey.
38059 Istanbul. Yogurt. He was right, it does look like yogurt. Stamp the ground and follow the blue light in order to trace the symbol of the ancients.
Look at the map now. The city of Erguyurt that is mentioned on the ticket is in northern Turkey.
I see. Pillars of the world, eh? Erguyurt. Istar. Is Erguyurt.
Maria, you did me a big favor. Now I know where I have to go.
Screw you all, I'm leaving. Oh, I actually leave. Game just said no more dialogue. We're leaving.
Following Martha's tracks, I took the train for Bucharest, then Constantinople.
It's Istanbul,
the
not
last leg
Constantinople.
brought me to Erguyurt, the closest station to Dracula's ancient prison.
It might as well hey, look, something's happening. It's the guy. He's holding a cigarette the wrong way around.
My guide left me at the foot of the cliff onto which the cell caves open. That sinister site has been abandoned for centuries. Earthquakes have destroyed the stairways going up to the cells.
So I went back.
Since it's impossible to reach them from below, I've decided to try from above. A winding path led me up to the edge of the cliff.
Well, at least we're doing something.
At the foot of an oak, I lit a fire to warm me up. Now I shall try to go down to the cells that open onto the side of the cliff.
I feel like we missed the middle third of the game. Have we sequence broke this game? Got dry wood.
No. It'd be better to keep some kindling for later.
Alright then. When it was only halfway up, it was neither up nor down. Matches, portable electric lamp, knife, rag, rope. In the name of the Almighty God, remain in the mountains, demon. Spare the inhabitants of the valleys, spare the prison guards, indulge in the flesh and blood of the criminals that we leave for. I thought this game was going to be like a slow burn build up to like going out in weird places and doing things. But I guess they used up all their slow burn on the introduction. We're not even halfway through the game. Great. I think Dracula 1 and 2 lasted 3 streams combined. So, hey, it's the thing from the foot. Inventory, please. Thank you. Ooh. Rope. Right, let's go. Drama. This is how we're investigating vampires. The professor helped you with the Romani puzzles and then there was absolutely no relevance. I still don't believe the statistics on that, but we'll have to talk to Ragnall. Boyd. Okay. Probable meaning of the inscription. This jail is a pantry. Okay. They, the Turks, placed me in the cell closest to the thing, but I, Vlad, will not submit to my destiny. I will go meet it. Welcome, cattle. Fun. Feather. We got a feather. Ribcage. Chain. Rocks.
An iron collar. There's an inscription, but it's almost erased.
Verb, Dracula.
Horizon brand cigarette butts. I'm pretty sure that's a Romanian brand.
But who do we know who smokes cigarettes? Probable meaning of the inscription. Catch me, I'm on the run. Take me back to the prison.
Horizon brand cigarette butts. I'm pretty sure that's a Romanian brand.
Did he turn into crows? I think that was mentioned at some. Throw yourself in the void if you can, or await the otherworldly bite. Cool, okay, well. In we go. A skull! But this is obviously what I need to be doing for reason. Is that a bat? We will wait here until Miss returns with water, so that they can see bat, maybe. Spooky corpse noises! I forgot about spooky corpse noises. I'm glad that's making a return. I mean, the archaeologist was here and took the path of the dragon? Probably, yeah. Never managed to leave yet. Spooky corpse. No noise. Bat! That's not a bat. No, we were deprived of bat. Cool, cool. That's webs.
Roots. I'm not that far from the surface.
Yeah, roots don't go very far underground. That's the thing that's known.
Roots. I'm not that far from the surface.
You are not that far from the surface, and don't call me root. Symboles. More skull. This game is ever the disappointment. Rag. With holy water. No. Crucifix. No. Splash holy water on. No, okay. Path to the underworld. No. Oh, they're different, okay. Just a lamp? Wanna see what I'm doing? No. You know how far you are from the surface? You went down to this place and then haven't moved up at all. Look, do you think we make the best observation? Having gotten to this place, gotten to this point.
An altar with sluices cut into it. Probably to drain the blood of the victims.
One of the inscriptions mentioned something about a beautiful woman. Oh, I missed that. My humble apologies.
There must be something under there, but the dirt is incredibly hard packed. I can't manage to dig into it.
Good thing you missed that, because you need to go back. Okay. Back we go. In the cold moonlight, I saw her crawling up the wall, beautiful and impure. There we go. Read that one, I think. Throw yourself into the void. Okay. Is there something I need outside?
My rope is gone. It's impossible to go back up this way.
Well, that answered that. Cool. Was all I needed the inscription, or is there something else? Who's there? What did we get a close-up? I don't know. Use matches to smoke cigarettes.
Horizon brand cigarette butts.
Oh, I needed to know I was trapped here. Okay. That's important. Now they don't even pretend there's going to be a bat. Terrible. Well, now I know I'm trapped here.
Something's missing.
Yeah, like events. Oh, now I can look at the dirt. Okay. I couldn't look at it before, but now I can. Oh, okay. I can't seem to dig it, but I can dig it. What? 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 Crucifix. What am I even looking at? Train ticket said something about something. Okay. Well, luckily this is easy to navigate. Railway ticket. Stab the ground and follow the blue light in order to trace the symbol of the engine. God. Yeah, okay, stab. Stab the thing. I don't know what it is. Stab it. Mm. 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 Or click and hold. Right. What? What? But I gotta follow it. Okay. Man, it's gonna be a pent. Up, I got it up. Can you draw a pentagram, kids? Like it doesn't go as far as I think it does. Messed me up last time. Well, that's rude. That's where they put all the stuff that was happening into that one jump scare. I'm lost and thus bugged. Shiny stone.
The shining stone concealed a series of bas-reliefs. The first ones look like Martha's sketches. The others are almost worn out. Clearly there must have been 7 of them.
Clearly. Right. Bloodletting. Cattle letting. Oh wait, can I read these? To the Dark Lord, throbbing life. Free as a fox, he who knows more than one way. Oh, rabbit? Fox? Is that a fox? Follow the fox. Come here.
Passage. Ideal for a fox, but too narrow for me.
Alright, well. Stick this in here. I'm holding shiny stone. Removed from an intriguing sarcophagus. First one said, your water is precious, make sure it's not spilled in vain. Spooky.
A stairway. I hope that this passage will lead me back to my campsite.
Why do you think that would be true? I guess you didn't say you thought it would be true. You said you hoped. Oh wow, look at that. It's the fox! Skyrim! It's going to treasure.
This injured bird must be as cold as I am. I'm going to make a fire to warm us up.
Yeah.
This injured bird must...
Okay. But we are back.
I have to find a rock to strike this match on.
Why do you have matches and not a way to...
First I have to wipe this stone to dry it.
Who made that place? The Turkish? Nobody knows. Oh look. In the name of Almighty God, we've already done.
I need some paper.
Gameplay.
Gameplay. I need some paper. The Bible. Can't be our only source of paper, can it? We're doing so well, is the thing. We're doing so well as a representative of the church.
The snow has wet my firewood. I need a little dry wood to get it going.
Okay. We're gonna get fired and hanged. Dry wood. Crucifix. Oh my god. That's so stupid.
Oh well, I've no choice.
It's for a good cause. I gotta warm up a bird.
It's for a good cause. That night, visions troubled my sleep.
He's hugging the bird. Bird needs to be safe with the fire. I opened that door.
This dream has revealed to me the exact nature of the first trial. In fact, I've already passed it by collecting my blood in a sterile vial. I still have to understand the 6 other stages by patiently putting some order into the confusion of texts and images stirring in my memory.
Did we need the chalice?
In the train bringing me back to Vladiviste, I found a Bible. The book opened spontaneously to this passage from Matthew. Narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. I drowsed off, still dreaming, and I saw myself in a deserted place, walking in the snow, my feet stepping precisely in the prints of those who had preceded me.
And back we are.
Great.
Hi.
The bell has rung. Did you lose a friend?
Yes.
And now you are seeking the dragon?
You sense many things, Luana.
You're a bit
As
late.
for me, I sensed that you could guide me to the path if you wanted to.
The time has
How long have we
not
been gone?
come. The clouds are gathering. I will not stay in town forever. If you don't find me here, seek me in the wilderness.
Okay, I'll seek you in the wilderness. Do I have to talk to you? This conversation should have happened before I left. Is this game even more incomprehensible than the one with the somersaulting burlesque vampires? It may still happen, Chief. You never know. What do you know about vampires?
Certain things. But I also know the virtues of silence.
This is definitely Agatha from Fahrenheit. What do you know about the Castle of Twilight?
As much as I want to know.
Are you acquainted with the name of Dracula?
I have a feeling that before the end, you will know more than me about the dragon.
You would not help. Ooh. Lightning bolt.
Something's changed in this village. I feel uneasy. Before I go see if I have mail, I'd like to see how Maria is doing.
Cool, useless. Lightning. Maria.
No, that's disgusting.
Ooh. Ding dong.
Come in! It's open!
Oh, she seems cheerful. Hello.
Maria, I'm worried about you. Are you all right?
Hey, you look happy. Twirl your hair.
Of course, don't worry.
Who painted those horrible things on the walls of the house?
Not a house.
Riffraff. But they didn't dare come into the dispensary.
That's disgusting.
It's sad, but the shame is on them.
You have to leave. It's not wise to stay, I say, as somebody who has only made wise decisions. Is it me, or does it feel like that entire sequence that we just did didn't need to happen? Like, hang on.
Maria, I have to complete the mission I've been given, and I may lose my life doing it. But I don't want anything to happen to you because of me.
There is nothing to fear.
You're very brave.
I feel protected. Do what you have to do and don't worry about me.
Farewell, Maria. May God protect you.
I just wanted to check my inventory.
Bye.
Okay, so we did lose our Bible and crucifix, but we got a different Bible. This Bible still has 3,300 pages. Okay. Why are we doing it if we suspect we may lose our life? Go back to Rome. Don't understand. We have protagonists and we cannot control our feet. You have to leave.
That's impossible. I signed a contract with the Vesnicia Foundation and can't just leave like that.
What happened to Martha's personal life?
Apparently everything stayed here. Her clothes, her books, her paintings, her travel souvenirs. I stuffed everything into the closets because I couldn't bring myself to throw anything out. As for her birds and her dog, I adopted them. Unless it's the opposite that took place.
Who entered the dispensary between Martha's death and your arrival?
Staff from the Vesnicia Foundation came to do the housework. To my knowledge, no one else. I don't think Martha had any family.
Did you find any papers in the dispensary concerning the path of the dragon?
The Path of the Dragon? No, I'm not familiar with that.
This is something we should have been asking way before we left. Why, did Martha leave any letters? Or a diary?
I didn't find anything like that.
That could have been one question, those last 3 questions. That's fine. Hi, dog.
Adele, lie down.
Well, good. Glad we came here. What did that say? I don't know. I don't read the language. I don't know why I thought I'd be able to read it. Still no knowledge gained. Hi.
Ah, so you're back, Father. I got it. I remembered. Erguyurt.
Bit late.
Pardon me?
Yeah, the city in Turkey where Mr. Luca wanted to go, whose name I didn't remember. Well, it came back to me. It's Erguyurt.
Thank you, Hosanna.
Also, I wanted to ask, without offending you, are you going to be staying much longer?
Yeah, we didn't go there, did we?
No.
Father, till now, I've kept your room like you asked me to. But I'd like, in so many words, to get it back.
Really? Why is that? Is your inn full? Haven't you got another available room?
No, it's not that. But you see...
Hosanna, you have no reason to ask me to leave your place of business. I intend to keep my room, for which I pay quite regularly the agreed price.
Very well, Father. Don't take it badly.
Is Janos Peckmester in the inn?
He's gone to see his family for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
He told me to wish you good luck in your investigation, if he doesn't see you again.
Who painted those slanderous inscriptions on the walls of the dispensary?
I don't want to know, Father. I'm an honest woman. I don't look at things like that.
Take the hint and get out. Okay, yep, that guy's gone. Anything funky? Bat's still here. No, let's catch the bat.
Johann Hartner. That name is vaguely familiar.
Who was Johann Hartner? I have counted 7 trials, 7 objects, 7 pillars. Is something missing? Dear Johann, you are lucky enough to find its engraving. It is in fact linked to the path. In answer to your questions, I can give you a few details. The scene represents a barber shop, probably in an Italian city, judging by the ancient ruins. Barbers have long played the role of surgeons. It was not uncommon for them to let their blood of the customers for their let blood for their customers. The collected blood was given to the pigs who were roaming freely in the streets. As to the hidden meaning of this image, I believe you have understood it. Please safeguard this document. It can guide us towards our goal. Herman von Bergen. Should name the bat. Camden. Saren. Saren also worked. Ooh, lovely. Fire. Fire. A phonograph machine. With a wax cylinder. Okay.
The needle is missing.
What? Boo.
The needle is missing.
Do I have a needle? Oh god. I have a knife. Don't think I have anything that can substitute as a needle. iPad, rude. Dude. Well, in theory, in future, we can do. Thank you, Camden. Was that always there, or did I miss that? Wait, they're the same thing. Was that always there, or is it new? What's in my room? Who's been doing things in my room? Phone's ringing.
For sure, I'm a real pain. I have to go. He's coming. I'll call you back.
Oh, I should have listened in. Whoops. What were you saying? Who was that?
Father, till now, I've kept your room.
Hosanna, you...
Well, I missed the opportunity to listen in on. So, I'm sure it's someone saying, "Get him out of there. Kick him out onto the streets."
Neither stamp nor address. Someone carried this letter directly to the inn.
Amazing here, yes. Priest, go back to Rome. Romania does not want Catholic ravens nor spies in the Pope's pay. Leave very soon and take your mistress with you, otherwise you alone will be responsible for what will come. Well, we've heard all about Tepes. Tepesh.
Another letter. This one from Budapest. Must be the documents Irina Bakshov promised.
Irina Bakshov. To the attention of Father Arno Moriani. Father, you will find herein the file that I promised you on the Thule Society, or Thule. I have not yet gotten hold of the correspondence exchange between Herman and the Society's founder, but I will send it to you as soon as I find it. Please accept, Father, my deepest regards. Ib. P.S. Will you kindly acknowledge receipt of this letter by telephone? I'm always afraid that my mailings may be lost. There. Mistress, the innkeeper? I'm assuming the doctor. Oh, right, he means it. Excerpt from the Bulletin of the Ancient and Medieval Literature. Publications of the Thule Society. Stemming from the breakup of Golden Dawn, the Thule Society pursues various esoteric and political goals which are not of interest to us at this moment. The lover of ancient manuscripts should simply note that the Society regularly publishes rare books, often related to Scandinavian mythology. Among its recent publications, let us note a new translation of Vösunga Saga, a critical edition of Snorri Sturluson's Edda, and a reprint of the hard-to-find Blood of the Dragon in Search for Immortality by Magnus Ehrenbeck. Subscribers. Bleh. List of members of the Thule Society who have subscribed for the edition of the Lords of Twilight. Probably someone in there I should be paying attention to. I'm not, though. The names of the orators highlight the close ties between the Thule and the DAP. You should also know that they are in contact with the Romanian Iron Guard, a group of xenophobic extremists I suggest you be wary of. DAP meeting. The Red Peril justly worries sincere and responsible German patriots. That sounds like a weird anagram. To propose a popular alternative to communism, an alternative based on the ideals of the nation and of the race. This is the program of Anton Drexler's Deutsche Arbeiterpartei. Party, but whatever. During a meeting of the Hofbrauhaus Brewery in Munich, or at the Hofbrauhaus Brewery in Munich, the party's orators spoke, including Michael Lotter, Karl Harrer, Dietrich Eckhardt. Mushner Tageblatt. Tageblatt. Okay. I didn't really understand that, but I'm imagining it's racist. What's the quote bot thinking of the game so? Not enough tids. Got it. God. Okay, well I'll phone what's her face and then we'll wind it up. I think. Because otherwise I'll forget to do it next time. Tids.
Number, please.
Irina Boxov. Yeah, they're really trying to connect it to all.
This is Irina Boxov.
This is Father Arno Moriani. I received your file on the Thule Society.
And the letter from Kreuzberg I sent the next day?
Not yet. It shouldn't be long.
With the material you have in hand today, have you changed your opinion on vampires? Or are you sticking to your position? I'd be curious to know.
Professor, I've decided to follow the path of the dragon.
It can't be. Father.
No, you misunderstand. I have no intention of becoming a vampire. I want to follow the path like a hunter follows a track, to destroy the beast.
Ah, I prefer it that way. But are you conscious of the risks?
Oh yes, I know that 2 people have died attempting it. That's precisely what convinced me of the reality of the danger, and of the necessity to act.
We're gonna become a vampire.
If you follow the path, then it's indispensable that you consult my biography of Vlad Tepes and other documents I can't entrust to the mail. In particular, there's a rare vase that Herman kept in his wooden chest. Could you visit me again?
Of course. I'll take the next train.
Why are you sending things to me if I could just take the train? What's the latest on the wax cylinder?
I've been looking in vain to find a machine capable
I've got one. Have you got a needle?
Goodbye, Professor.
Oh, that's
Goodbye, Father.
the end of that conversation. Okay. Those unfamiliar, the Deutsche Arbeiterpartei eventually evolved into the NSDAP, which is the Nazi party. Yay! Good. Oh god, no. Ah, help. Right. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Gonna just hang out in the lodge. Yep, gross yucky people. Yay! Well, hopefully this will become the second game we play on stream where we somehow avert the Second World War. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But for now, oops. Go to the menu, try and save. It's safe, we're good. That will be as much as we can take for today. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed, maybe a strong word. I hope you had times worth not being different worse times. Regretting you playing this game more than Dracula 1 and 2. It might go somewhere. We got a jump scare. Yay. Everyone loves that. I will put a timestamp in the VOD for jump scares. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for being here. I hope you had nice. Stream will return on Saturday with Dying Light with Freyam. There's also Happy October. I forgot to mention. You're not. You have a feeling this is going to throw itself off the rails. It's already just completely forgot what game it was for 10 minutes and then went back. It was on the rails. It's jumping rail. It's grinding like a skateboarder across different rails. It's Toby's month. Everybody say something nice to Toby. Not right now. They're probably asleep. But ye. Stream returns Saturday, Dying Light, but before then, probably Tube Time. Jimmy Nether's Day, Littlewood, Continuing Adventures of Ashtless. But yeah, Dying Light Saturday, Doodle Sunday, more of this next Tuesday. More Dracula 3. I'm very curious to know how far along this game we are, although it says that there are 7 trials, so I guess we're at a 7th of the way. Hopefully not. Hopefully this isn't a 14-part series. I have other games to play in spooky season. I've got more things to do. But hey, there is a certain thing that I've noticed playing old jank games and going through the series, which is that the more competent the developers get, the more boring the games get. At least for a bit. They could eventually get competent enough to make a good game, but you know, depends on how many more word searches there are. 4. There are 4 more word searches, I can tell you that now. Because there were 7 pages, we did 3. We're relying on Jeeb. Jeeb, and if Kiro is around and has things, Kiro too. Fremdes. Oh, well, good. Next Dracula stream, Moo Moo Milk. We did see, I believe the second picture in the 7 engraving pictures for the 7 trials was the sacrifice of a cow. So that's one kind of Moo Moo Milk. More Littlewood, hurrah! Spooky little. But yeah. I hope it was good. I hope you had nice. Hope it was grand. Good, cute, fun times. The opposite of this. I'll have you know, Cheap, this was also times. So, yeah. The opposite of the game Dark wants you to play. You can play whatever you want. Although Dark did give me another spooky game that we'll probably play. I don't know if we'll have time after Dracula 3. Maybe it'll be next year, but, you know. Yeah. What else is there to say? The aubergine undermines the length of the inside of my train set trouser pocket. Without which, 16 courgettes will disagree vehemently that there isn't a thundercloud in the bath. That's something that has yet to be said. You'll probably play it and we'll need people to hold your hand. Need Miss for Scottish translations. Scott. Am I good? Have you seen what we've been doing for the past 3 hours? You think I'm good? You think I'm good? Have a lovely everyone. Have a great week. And I'll see you all around. Thank you very much. Have a good bye.